What is going on, everybody? It's David Palmer, the Leo King. I have not been around for a minute. I kind of disappeared for a second off the Facebook world, especially the YouTube world. I took off a little bit of time off YouTube. I'm back, though. A lot of people know, I'm sure, from my Facebook, and I can tell because I could put up an astrology post and it'll get 1,000 likes and thousands of comments. But, you know, I've been jet ski racing for the last week, and you can see that a lot of people are kind of like, what in the hell is this kid doing now, you know? But it's cool, you know? Life is so much more than the one thing that we do. You've got to explore all avenues of your life and enjoy every spot of your life. I think that's super duper important. The astrology's been effing crazy. Just to be honest with you, the last week, wow. I mean, a Mercury retrograde, a Saturn retrograde, a full moon. Today, Tuesday, we're finally getting a minor break. Okay? The energy is just like finally just did its shit. Okay? Literally. So, now there's a lot still gonna happen coming up this weekend with Venus coming out of retrograde, Pluto getting ready to come retrograde, or you know, and then Pluto comes retrograde on the 20th, and the Sun switches into Taurus on the 20th, and then Mercury comes back into Aries, and I mean April's definitely a lot happening in our lives. But you know, it definitely is a time where I think it's very important for us to know that, you know, a lot of people have been through a lot. A lot of people have gone through probably some of the most, and it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, some of the most edgy and intense aspects that they felt in their life in a long time. And transformation and change. I mean, we just went directly into Pluto. We just went directly into a lot of this stuff. So, you know, it hasn't been the easiest for some people. I mean, a lot of people had to face a lot of fear. A lot of people had to face a lot of deep stuff in different ways. And life's changing fast. It's changing faster than lightning right now based off the astrology. May is definitely the month of trajectory for us all, especially with the nodes finally shifting after 18 months in Pisces and Virgo, moving to Leo Aquarius. And it's definitely going to be a Leo Aquarius energy coming in very hot and very strong for the next 18 months starting in May. So it's like there's a lot of closing energy coming and a lot of new beginnings happening at the same time. That's really what this is about. Out of eclipse season, you know, we're ready to, you know, just almost like 2017 is getting ready to fire up here. And I think it took a long time. There's been a lot of stagnation. And even though we're in the middle of a lot of retrogrades, which could start to feel like things are slowing down, really it means no, you're dead in front of what you really want to do now. You're right in front of it, you know. And if you're still trying to reach beyond to places that are right in front of you, I think that you're going to have kind of a hard reality check. That, you know, the things that you wanted, to manifest now, they're right here. They're here for you to really pay attention to. So, just wanted to bring that up. We are going to do spiritual dance music here in the next, like I would say, less than an hour. As we speak, getting it all together. And of course they changed things on me. Hold on, campaign. Yeah. People who first used your app on a specific day. Huh. Custom. Crazy, things are changing so fast in the world. Even the way that I send the messages on the app have changed. But, so people are wanting to know what I mean about this YouTube thing. Well, the thing about YouTube is I put out a video last week. It was a live video here on Facebook, and I was sitting on one of my jet skis. I had two of my jet skis out, and I talked about the astrology on my jet skis. And so people started to get pissed on YouTube. Oh my God, he's just not doing astrology anymore. He just is talking about jet skis. Or, I can't believe, just give me the astrology and get over with it. I don't want to hear anything else that you have to talk about. Well, I want to remind people what YouTube means. It's a blog. It's a blog. Like YouTube is a blog. Why do you think they call it YouTube? It's about the person. Like, I don't give a crap about being labeled I don't want to be labeled just an astrologer in my life. I'm sorry, I don't. That would be like the worst life. I would hate life if I was just an astrologer. Like, I love that I race jet skis. I love that I'm a house DJ. I love that I want to talk about personal experience in my life. That's what bridges all the spirituality and the consciousness together. Not being some mechanical drone astrologer that goes, welcome to my channel. Here is your Aries horoscope, ching. Here is your whatever horoscope, ching. Believe it or not, I actually built that, which is the app. Like, so if you want to get all that stuff, I have an app. My horoscopes are there every day. And yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of every day doing a horoscope. So it's there for you. It's literally right there for you every day. But I'm not gonna, I literally laughed. People were like really saying mean things. People were saying, oh man, I'm giving my money to this guy and look where it's going. It's like, what is your concern about what I spend my money on? This is how I make my life. This is the career I've chosen. I'm not going to go tell anybody what they should buy or what they shouldn't buy or what car they should buy or whatever. Like, this is what makes me happy. This is who I am. And that's my right as a human being. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Live your life the way you want to live. In many ways, I try to be an inspiration to others to show them that they can live however they want to live this life instead of, being caught up in the cookie jar of you got to be this way. And especially with YouTube, like, I feel bad for all these YouTube spiritual people just cranking out tarot videos and astrology videos like there's some machine and not like getting subscriptions off it. Like, that's not a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel is about experience, it's a reality show for the persona. And that's what you either follow or you don't. You either follow their life and you like their life and you like the person they are and you like their opinions and you like the way that they do their things and you like the way you do their astrology or you like the way that they do their cooking or you like the way that they do their computer talks or you like the way that they do their video games and maybe they're going to talk about other aspects or show other aspects. It doesn't have to be this like, oh my gosh, I need to show up, I need to get the information, I need to go, I don't have time, I don't want this. It's like, if that's who you are, then... And if you don't want to get my app, which is the only video astrology horoscope app in the world, then please just leave the Leo King because it's not going to be a place that I'm going to cookie cutter for you and mold for you the way that you want it molded. We are going to be talking about jet ski racing to aliens, which we did last week on Path of the Prophecies, and how we talked about the conspiracy theories. I mean, this channel goes from that to there. You know what I mean? Like, we cover everything. I am not going to just be this cookie cutter astrologer or a cookie cutter house DJ and just only play this kind of house music. And I'm only going to play deep. Or I'm only, because then I get it on the other side of house music. Like, oh God, he's playing too much mainstream now. Or, oh, he's playing future house. He's not playing deep anymore. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, really? Do we all just want to be put into cookie cutters now and this is the way it is and nobody wants to express themselves anymore? They want to be expressed? Ugh. Life. So, it is what it is, It is what it is. We are doing spiritual dance music. And I will stay live while we set it up and then we'll go live. We'll answer some questions for people if they have any questions. Do we have people in here?
Yeah, we got tons. We got like 181, 186.
Oh, that's weak. Some people left. They got upset.
Oh no.
They probably got upset. Enter your life cycle? No, I don't. I just want to create.
Someone's wondering, how do we get a Leo King shirt?
Oh, people want a Leo King shirt?
They do.
I'm working on figuring that out. because I don't want to. The problem with goods is you have to pay a tax on the good, and then I have to pay the government the tax. I love being a digital business because I don't have to pay no taxes on digital goods. So I have a lot of shirts to get people. These are Leo King racing shirts. I also want to make some Leo King app shirts and stuff, but that's going to take me a minute to get to. Or maybe if you buy my monthly horoscope, and I'll do one that that's more expensive, we'll also ship you a t-shirt, you know? It'll be something like that. Like, that'll be like next month in May, once we get out of the Mercury retrograde. I am not going to try and ship shirts during Mercury retrograde. That would just be stupid. But I want to more hear what people's opinions are about my YouTube analogy, or what I'm saying about YouTube and how it's much more than just a cookie cutter, one size fits all. I'm showing up here to get astrology and I want that information only, and that's it.
Everyone was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like how boring would that be? Like when I follow other personalities, I like that they're being real and they talk about other things than just the thing they do. Like, and especially when I have an app that people can pay for. If you want just astrology, go watch that. Right now you can go watch. It's pre-built for just like gnarly, deep astrology only. I don't talk about my personal life at all on there. It's just astrology, literally. So, like if you want to watch the free stuff, where I still give you some stuff, you're going to get the whole shebang. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just the way being a personality is, you know. Not a cookie cutter. Not gonna be that actor, you know.
What about the pink moon?
Pink moon's all bullshit. Any of those moon names, all bullshit. I can call it a black moon. They call it a red moon. They call it a whatever moon. It's a full moon. End of story. That one was pretty gnarly though last night. If you looked up and you saw Jupiter conjunction, that's what a conjunction looks like. That one was pretty intense. You know, wow, they changed this. They make you put in the time now. Oh, immediately. Oh, Mercury retrogrades are crazy. This Mercury retrograde has been hitting out hard. The last couple days, like, last night it hit me really hard. I was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. Boom, it hit hard. Hit some of my friends hard. It's been hitting people pretty hard, I think, with just like things being a little confusing, things starting to shift, people really starting to rethink things in their life. It's a lot of, I think it's an exciting Mercury retrograde, though. I think it's like there's exciting things. Oh, I can do this now with my life. I can make it this way. I want to do this. I don't want to do that. There's a lot of that. Like for me, it made me realize like I do not want to just do cookie cutter horoscopes and astrology. And this is a blog. The Leo King is a lifestyle, you know. And right now, I'm working on another business about making a conscious life network, and that's a whole lifestyle. So, you know, it's like. With you know, if you're gonna be in this space, you know, it's just not gonna just be. That's it. Sorry, everybody who wants me to just talk about only astrology all day. It's like, how much more can I talk about unless you're on the app and you're watching all the videos? Like that's all I do is talk about it. So on this platform, this is my way of doing it more in real life and having more fun with it, I guess you could say. So, you know. It is what it is.
Any words of wisdom as we approach Venus direct?
Well, this Venus direct is going to be pretty intense, the fact that it's squaring Saturn is conjuncting Chiron. This is going to, all of everybody's shit that they deal with in relationships, their self-sabotaging issues, their feelings like it's not the way that they want it to in relationships and the way they make money and business and all that needs to look bigger. It's time to look and see outside of their own shit box. It's like everybody's shitting in their own litter box and sleeping in it when it comes to relationships, projects, and money. and they're not ready to get out of the shitbox. And this Venus retrograde is going to teach them how to get out of the shitbox and stop shitting on themselves. Stop living in a world and how they think the relationship's not good enough, or they could have, issues in how they express their feminine energy correctly in a much more positive way. There's a dark side to femininity as well, and I think we're about to see the dark side of it come out. There's a dark side to masculine, there's a positive side to masculine, But right now the masculine energy's leading forward as Mars is the planet that's, ahead of every other planet. It's ahead of the sun, it's ahead of Mercury, it's ahead of Venus. So the masculine energy is like intense right now, and the feminine energy is coming into a very tough corner. So I think that this is going to be a very deep lesson of how, especially that we're in Aries and there's a Uranus conjunction coming and there was a full moon in Libra. It's like, how do we take this feminine energy that it is in such a gnarly space and fix it? It needs to be fixed. For some reason, God's throwing it on your Chiron, the ambulance. For some reason, Venus is retrograding back, scoring Saturn, which is a big lesson. The feminine energy is getting a huge revamp. A gnarly one, almost like an emergency surgery right now. And everybody's getting an emergency surgery in the universe of how to, fix some sort of issue on how they think that relationships don't work right, or where are the places where you're overanalyzing on how it doesn't work right, or how it doesn't, you feel like you're getting the wrong hand dealt, in all weird kind of ways. So there we go. That's right. Okay. So we're gonna go in here and set up the show. We need a little soda.
Yeah, we do.
I'm even gonna go with the cactus today. It's a Mercury retrograde. We're shifting. We're not in Spriteville no more. All right. Any other questions while we set this thing up?
Let's see.
Isn't this wonderful? I guess I'll just keep saying.
Yep.
So Venus retrograde's definitely gonna be at its peak this weekend. There will be some relationships that are hurt. I don't think it's all love relationships though. There might be some partnerships that don't work out. Business partnerships having to make hard changes. There's definitely going to be some pain, but I think there's going to be some crying. I think there's going to be some shedding of your own issues internally that you need to deal with relationships. It's a big one, especially the fact that the sun's in Aries. Dealing with your own ego issues around relationships, that's going to be a major one. So, I'm sending my best, a lot of positivity out there to people to get through it. But I think a lot of people need to be prepared, not be consciously unconscious, if that makes sense. I guess that doesn't make sense. Or just unconscious about the energy right now, because I think there's a lot of people unconscious about what's going on right now. There's so much intense happening in the sky, and they're noticing that it's happening in their life right now, and things are changing so fast, and the surroundings of the world are changing so fast with them, but they're not ready for it. They're not paying attention to it. They're blaming it on this. They're blaming it on this person. They're blaming it on, it's always blaming it on the other half. I think that there's got to be a lot of healing and not blaming anymore people, accepting your own issues internally and knowing how to deal with those issues. That's I think the main issue that's going on right now is, how do I stop blaming outer forces or God or anything outside of myself from why things don't look the way I want them to look? And how do I heal that, let that go, trust God, trust to get through this process, and we'll lead in the right direction? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Who knows? I guess I gotta ask my fiance now. It's more like I'm talking to my fiance now more than I'm talking to the live stream.
No, everyone's responding to this.
Oh. You know? Like, I don't know, you know? This is not looking too hot.
What can we do to help ourselves accelerate more during this time?
I think that's what I was just saying is the blame game is like, or the feeling like it's all not working out the way you want to, you know, or it doesn't look the way that you want to, or that you're not able to get what you want the way you want to. Like, that's the issue going on. So that's the problem. It's like, how do you grow right now? You own it, you become greater, you become stronger, and you use your self-worth better. You don't blame things on other people. You don't blame things the way that things turn out on others. You know, you accept it, you deal with it, and you move on. I think that's a huge part of it, to be honest with you.
When should we make career decisions?
Well, with Pluto making a retrograde on the 20th, Venus about to square Saturn, I think that there's going to be, this is quite a, I think May is the best time for that, personally. I think that the next couple weeks are a little bit good for negotiation or rethinking things, but I think there'll be a lot of time that you have to process things about it all. I think we're going to go through a 3-week cycle of a lot of rethinking about business, but definitely not a very fast one day and it's over kind of energy. That makes sense. How did this get pulled out?
I don't know.
So yeah. Nothing else? Well, I guess we'll
Best time for forming new romantic relationships?
Oh, this is a very poor time for starting new romantic relationships. Hate to be honest. I would say that it's at the poorest it could be. A Venus retrograde, square Saturn, conjunct Chiron, while Mercury's retrograde, Saturn just went retrograde, and we're in the sign of Aries. Not a very good time. I think a lot of people are realizing that are single or trying to move into relationships that are new, they're having a poor experience there. It's not really going to the standards that they want to. If you are going to it, make sure it's at a high enough standard that you're not settling for crap. I think there's a lot of that. Like, oh, I'll just settle for this crap. This, like, you know, this is, you gotta, like, step up your game a little bit, your worth a little bit more.
Any advice for maintaining a healthy relationship?
Not blaming anything on anybody else, accepting people and things for where they are, seeing a brighter vision of the person and the situations going on, and seeing more positive and seeing the more awesome direction things are really going instead of the negative direction things are going. This is where we have to stop focusing so much on what's not working and focus on the greatness of what is.
I like that.
Which is not easy. I think that's the hardest part. I think that's where a lot of people are having a tough time with that. So.
Yeah. If someone wants to buy a new car, should they wait after the Mercury retrograde?
Well, Venus is retrograde, so yeah, I would wait for car. I would wait till at least after the 20th. But yeah, with Mercury retrograde, I mean, yeah, not the best time to buy a new car.
Feeling like giving up on everything, is that typical for retrogrades?
That's typical for Venus conjunct Chiron square Saturn. Mercury retrograde doesn't make you want to give up as much as it might be that you're realizing that life is changing, and you know, you're having to own your self-worth now. And you know, it's like, good example. So, and I'll use my jet. So this was my first major like professional jet ski race. I've been an amateur my whole life, been doing it for fun, doing it against random guys on little courses here and there, doing it against my family or friends, like, but never been in an official race, right? So I got in my first race this weekend, and I won the first round, and then in the second round, which is the next day, I was on the last race in first place, kicking butt, 8 laps. I'm on the 5th lap, and the kill switch pulls out because it was a choppy day, and I was pulling back, and I don't know what happened. The water pushed up something, and the kill switch gets pulled out, and my whole motor turns off. There's nothing I can fucking do about it. There's nothing I could do. By the time I put it in, the guy passes me. I gotta go, and I gotta catch up to him, and I lose that race. I got second place when I could have got first both days. I was pissed. I haven't even looked at the GoPro footage yet where I'm like, no! That was like what I was screaming, no! But you know, in life, it's like, that's what's going on right now, where it's like, oh gosh, something happens in my life. Is that the end of the world? No, it made me learn, I'm gonna change the way that my kill switch or my lanyard works on my jet ski. Like, and now I've learned the lesson that can happen. But that's not gonna stop me from racing. That's not gonna stop me from feeling like, oh, I'm a loser. It goes, no, I learned something great. I know I would have won that race. I was in the lead. I was winning. And I was in the, wasn't I in the groove, babe, in that race?
Oh,
so
yeah. He was doing so good.
Oh, man, it was a good race. It was finally like it was the best race of the weekend for me. But that's like how we learn through life. I got knocked off twice in the qualifying rounds. Literally flew off my ski at like 55 miles an hour. Twice, and I was laughing. And, you know, I have to put my hand up so I don't get hit at 50, 60, 70 miles an hour by other jet skis and wait for the safety people to come to drag me to my ski, because when I fly off my ski, it's like, 50 to 100 feet away from me. I can't just swim there in the middle of a race to get back to my ski with all my gear on. So shit happens in life where you get hit, you know, or you fly off life, you know. And it's like, you got to get back on, and you got to get, you know, put your... you know, steer, and it kind of feels like you're in a cartoon with all the stars. But after you get to that moment, you get back on life and you keep going, you know, and you don't lose your, oh God, this is just horrible. This is just not my life. It's just blah. You know, you gotta keep it going. Stay positive. You're good. You know.
Oh, I know.
Well, I don't want to bore people anymore with me just setting up. We'll be up in about 30 minutes, I would assume, is when I should be up about with this. Maybe 40 minutes max. So join back here on live stream or here on Facebook. We'll be doing Spiritual Dance Music Live. We'll talk about this full moon that just finished. Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde. We're going to do a ceremony to release all the energy, because up until today it was frantic. And so... that we're gonna release. I have some amazing jams. We're gonna do it all like we do, and I'll see you guys all in about the next 40 minutes. Thanks so much, and you know, hope that you're on the Leo King app watching the daily videos. Thanks so much. Adios.